All right, boys, we're here at the Mount Olympus. This is the grass job. It's a $100,000 grass job. More like 120, but you know, 20,000 here or there, no big deal. So this entire area we just laid yesterday. Grass is done. Right now it's getting water. In the beginning, when you install sod, it's very, very vulnerable. So you have to always water, sod. And we installed the edging. We put drip irrigation. We did little rocks. And now all we have to do is clean this way. We're going to disassemble all this stuff. Obviously, I'm going to save all this wood because this is good wood. I'm going to use it for the future. But one thing that is a good thing, because the homeowner came out and he's like, hey, I have all this irrigation everywhere and I want to replace all the timers because the timers are old and I don't know what goes where. So there's a lot of troubleshooting that goes involved with it. Can you guys do it? And I said, absolutely. And he said, how much? I'm like, honestly, I don't know right now because there's a lot of troubleshooting involved. So maybe we can do something like Tom Materials. And waiting on that, but I'm sure they'll agree. So this area is all done. Good thing is this Sunday on 4/20, they're having a Easter dinner. So they're having a bunch of family come over. They're going to hang out on the terrace and they're going to be looking down. This area is going to be blocked off so no little kids run on the grass. You got to stay off the grass. That's number one. And yeah, that's about it. Getting an opportunity to work on a project like this is actually mind-boggling. So a little bit of history about this place. It started in, I believe, 2004, 2005, and they worked on this project for 15 years. I think they finished in 2019, if my numbers are correct, but I know it took a long time. I was talking to an electrician, and he said that he spent 9 years of his life at this project doing electrical work. Imagine how long the stonemasons took, the pool guys, the gunite guys. It's just an insane amount of work. Grading for this entire project probably took 6-7 months just to grade it out to be able to work on it. Pay attention very close to detail. All these materials are sourced from all over the world. The granite, the marble. Imagine the engineering work that goes into this, but also the sculptor. I found out the sculptor's name and I looked him up on the interwebs, and he was commissioned for 3 years to work on this property developing statues for the homeowner. Like, that is an insane amount of commitment. And that little area right there you see with the patterns where the little angel is with the pole, that's all Diamondia. And I'm not here to cap on you guys, but that piece of Diamondia was probably $100,000 because it is full, dense, thick, and luscious. And look, this is Martin Engineering. He parked the truck on the hill. I'm sure he turned a parking brake on, put it in park, turned the wheels. What is that? What is that going to do? It's going to do nothing. So this job site, boys, is really, really awesome. And keep in mind, I've been doing this for 10 years and I have not had a job as cool as this. This is literally the coolest job we've ever had. And just to get the opportunity to be awarded this project is pretty sweet. Because this is not a house. This is a compound. This is literally an estate. And there's literally maids, there's butlers, there's a full-time gardening staff. There's like 8 guys that work here full-time, 40 hours a week. Imagine the payroll on just the gardener, you know? You gotta be paying a guy minimum $1,200 a week, $1,000 a week. That's fucking $8,000. That's spending $16,000. Let's say $20,000 a month on gardeners, you know? That's quite a bit. $250,000 a year just to keep this place organized and neat. And that doesn't include water bill, that doesn't include power, that doesn't include all the maintenance and repair for the house. To be honest, I couldn't afford this house. I really couldn't. I really couldn't even afford, forget about the mortgage. Couldn't even afford the damn, where I'm at currently right now in my life. But with the staff and all the upkeep and maintenance on this house, no way. I think this place costs like $2-3 million a year to maintain. So we removed a bunch of trees that were not doing well. There was about 30 stumps. And the boys ripped them out and they put them here. So now I think they're just gonna let this dry and then burn them eventually, or just do a little wood chipper action. But these are apricot trees. They're not ready yet. They're not ready yet. Very bitter. Ugh. But yeah, that's it. This is the crib. Imagine this being your crib. From there, all the way there. What a dream, huh? This is beautiful. Love this. This is somebody's reality, though. So remember, while you're dreaming, someone's living it. That's my 2 cents in under 4 minutes. And look around. My favorite thing ever was the orchard. This was apricots. Apricots are one of my favorite fruits, especially when you pick them off a tree. Obviously, can't go wrong with watermelon, mangoes, but apricots in June, July, right off the tree, game over. Amazing. Now, most of you would say, I would love to have an orchard. I would love to have all this stuff. But in reality, the truth is, you wouldn't even be able to afford to maintain this place. And neither would I. Like, you got to be a very special human being to be able to afford to maintain it. There's a 6, 7, 8 person staff continuously maintaining the landscaping, the gardening, the plants, checking the irrigation, doing all that. And then the pool guy comes in and he cleans the fountains, both fountains. There's 2 pools on this property and there's little fountains everywhere. Imagine the water bill, the electricity bill, let's not even talk about property taxes. Let's say you paid this house off in cash. You wouldn't even be able to afford to maintain it. That's how awesome this place is, and it is huge. Now I have gotten a little bit desensitized to this project because, you know, if you see something over and over again, you'd be like, oh, wow, okay. But the first time I went in here, my jaw dropped. It hit the floor, and I was just like, where am I, dude? How am I even here? How is this place even possible? This is something you find at museums. So for the owner to really have the vision and carry this out was really inspirational and magical. Keep in mind, imagine, even though I didn't do this job, I can just imagine like all the steps. There's so much planning, so much ordering, so much, you know, meticulous, like over planning. And it's very difficult. You need a team of people to not only build this, but to manage it, like office staff, very smart engineers, architects, builders, managers. Like this is, I'll be honest with you, I don't think my company could build this. I need to hire a ton of more people, especially with all the foundation work and concrete work. It's crazy. You need a foundation guy to be able to just do all this shit. So this is great. Yes, but imagine the simplicity of having a driveway. Customer wants a driveway done, no problem. Levels are simple, everything's easy. You just go in, slap it down, boom, done, in and out, make money, next. This requires a lot more skill, patience, but man, I can't get over it. Look at this. Look how beautiful that view is. Huh? Get a load of that, guys. Get a load of that guy. And maybe, hopefully, the builder worked out a thing where it was like cost plus profit, so he's guaranteed to make money. It'd be so difficult to just give a bid for this job. There's so many fucking things. Like, you could give a ballpark an idea, but like, you know, like, how do you know how much this thing costs? I mean, you could, but like, it's just very difficult. There's always things that pop up. Change orders were probably through the roof on this job. Through the roof. And it just is what it is. You're digging, you find something, you find a big rock, you're like, oh, we need to do this. We didn't calculate for this. Engineer didn't. So there's a lot of things that go on. But long story short, the profit on this job, maybe it was set profit, but a profit on like a basic driveway can be very good because it's really easy to do a driveway. It's hard to mess it up. You dig 12 inches, you put base rock, you put pavers, and then you leave. But this one, so many variables. Stairs are tough, and this is all made out of granite. So that is a beast of itself right there. For these little steps that we have, these are existing. Obviously, these are very nice, expensive pavers. And what we did, instead of cutting little slivers, we bought one big piece. It's a 15-foot piece, and then we just cut out the stones. So everything in between is all one big piece of turf. And I know a lot of you are watching this right now. You're like, dude, I want chops like this. I want slow and steady wins the race. Eventually you'll get there, but taking a nice, relaxed, calm approach to it is going to be beneficial in the long run than putting things together and doing things half-assed, growing a company to $20 million, and then next year, boom, crash. That happened to one of the viewers that watches my videos. I always wondered, I'm like, how is he doing it? How's his company literally 5 times the size of mine, 4 times the size of mine? It's crazy. Come to find out, last year, bankrupt. Now, is it worth it? Like all that hype to be at a $25 million business, or slow and steady, nice and steady? You're at $3 million, you might go to $4 million, you go to $5 million, you chill at $5 million for a couple of years, go to $6 million, get all your systems dialed in, go to 7 million. What are people going to remember you for? The guy that had the very successful landscape company that stuck around for 15, 20, 30 years? Or the guy that built a $25 million business and then boom, went bankrupt? People always love negativity, and the bankrupt story will never leave their mind, but slow and steady. Remember, we learned this in grade school. One of the only things that was valuable in grade school, slow and steady wins the race.